group wanders through the backwoods, following nearly forgotten paths. All the branches have been cut away, but on a relatively medium to low level. Marcus and Kier slam their face on everything.
Ow.
Sorry. I'm not that tall, so.
And that's why you need a lumberjack lid, Marcus. Kier wears a hat on his head with worrying spinning blades on it.
Kier?
I had this thing for literal years, and I thought it'd never be useful because I stay away from the woods here, because they're full of ghosts.
They're not ghosts.
Of course.
These
And
are just
Kier,
wisps.
Kier, I hear you on the lumberjack lid. I really do. It's a beautiful piece of technology, but I keep telling you, my neck just can't support 25 pounds like that.
Kier leans into Marcus. Ash is in for a big surprise. She thinks there's no ghosts. I think the guy who's lived here for a real long time knows a thing or two about how many ghosts are in the backwoods.
Yeah, she has to find out for herself. It's okay.
I remember that part of my life when I was unaware of the existence of ghosts really near my house and just hanging out under the floorboards and
Sweet ignorance.
chilling out behind graves. Kier trails off remembering some things. Man, it's good to be back.
Yeah.
Marcus, I think we're gonna need to build a pillow fort tonight or something.
Since when do we have pillows?
Since our trip to Onorhant, Gregor.
I'll start coating them in magic salt right away.
There's no such thing as magic salt. Okay. Basic earth
What
elements
do you
and
call
magic.
this, Inian?
You throw salt in her face?
Yeah, I just throw salt in her face.
Holy shit!
It's magic as fuck, right? Yep. If it wasn't magic, it wouldn't have gotten in your eyes like that, because you're a witch.
Note to self, never question the magicality of Marcus's shit or he'll throw salt in your fucking eyes.
I can't believe it took you that long to learn this.
I take a seat. I've since taken a seat on a mossy stone by the river, setting Charath down and just watching the group play with each other.
Ash, there are a lot of wood carvings around here. This looks like your handiwork.
I'm surprised you noticed. It is my handiwork. They're charms to keep ghosts away.
Yeah, no, they're all lopsided and weird.
Does that work?
Yeah, it's to scare the ghosts. Ghosts don't like lopsided things.
Interesting.
Kira's energetically taking notes on this.
So is
also,
this,
this actually changes one of my theories that ghosts were making these because, man, do they crop up in creepy places.
Yeah, sorry. I
Hanging
just
from
kinda...
the ceiling and watching me when I go to the bathroom at night. You know, classic Ash, right?
Classic Ash.
I haven't put any in the bathroom.
Oh, classic Ash. Kier
Classic
says, shaking
Ash.
his head. Both Kier and Marcus seem to be more intensely trying to disassociate themselves from the situation.
I pick up one of the carvings. So, yeah. Like I said, I think it's time to dispel the mystery. I shake the carving, something inside rattles. Just diving into it, I guess. I'm not...
Take your time.
I'm not totally human. I'm sure that was obvious to most of you.
This doesn't have to do with the ghosts, right?
No, I'm not. I am not a ghost.
All right.
Kier puts his hand down.
I turn down and look at the lopsided wolf carving and turn it over in my hands. But I'm not, strictly speaking, human, and I'm not, strictly speaking, a spirit. I'm closer to a half spirit, but it's hard to describe, really. I'm gonna be stumbling over this a lot because I don't have the words to describe it in whatever this is. I turn to Thog. Free? That's what this language is, right?
Thog just looks at Marcus and Gregor, looks back at Ash.
What?
You got it, Ash.
That is a hard to comprehend question for me.
Let's keep this rolling, I think.
Yeah, let's keep it rolling.
I have a lot of questions.
It's just she doesn't know the name of the literal language we're speaking. Thug just runs his hand over his face.
Right.
Marcus,
Go on,
Ash.
Ash. We're all here for you.
Yes, we are. As fucking distracting as that is.
So right. This thing, it's big. It's enormous. It's so big I can't properly think about it. And it's not it's hard to grapple with mentally. It's like when you look at another person, you sort of get an idea of who they are, what they're like, because there's a cover to that book to look over. But with this, there's
Ian
just
snorts.
shut up. But with this thing, I don't have any. There are no handholds, no footholds, nothing to. There's no face to it. It's just this force, this existence.
So it's not like any of the other spirits that we've met.
No.
It doesn't have a personality.
No, I don't think so. If it does, then fuck if I know what its personality is.
Is this separate from you, or is it you?
Both. It started as separate from me, and by now, I think we're indistinguishable.
Well, I could shed some light and clarity on it. And he puts up a hand.
Shit, just a little bit.
Shed just a little. No, I am full on shedding mode right now.
Illuminate us, because Ash is making me even more confused. Sorry, Ash, but...
No, frankly, I'm confused.
Well, this is, of course, something that I figured out immediately, because I can
Because you're
reverse engineer
so
the bind.
great.
Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome.
If you take a look at her bindings and you understand the very most basics of rune carving, you understand what's going on there, right, Marcus?
I turned to Marcus.
Yes.
Because he was part of the Rune Carvers Guild.
Marcus nods. Yep.
She's pretending right now.
I kick Ian in the shins.
I got that feeling, Ian. Anyway, continue shitting.
Yes. Shitting, what? No, okay, let's go on. When it comes to binding a spirit folk to a thing, you probably noticed most people are doing it. It was all the rage a few hundred years ago.
That's a little while ago.
Yeah, I wasn't
sure
around
is.
then, so...
Well, no, the things last for a long time is the thing. We've passed multiple spirit folk bindings on the walk over here, yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember there's supposed to be stones around here that like ward stuff off.
Oh, yeah.
That have spirits in them.
And, like, prisons and stuff.
Oh my god, that's what you guys think they do. That's hilarious. That is adorable.
Just fuck off, Ian. Just what are you? Enlighten us, please.
Okay. When you're binding something much larger than that, or something much different, you need to create a different sequence of runes. Binding a spirit to something natural, like a stone, is easy, because spirit folk are sort of allergic to that stuff.
Rocks?
Yes.
Huh.
Oh.
You'd actually be rather shocked, but no, spirit folk are not nature creatures, generally. They might look that way, but no, the world kind of despises them.
Oh.
Even rocks?
Interesting.
Especially rocks, Gregor.
That's tough.
Okay, this is a complete tangent, but if you ever want to find a more supernaturally canceling force, get a brick. It tears through all magic, all spirit folk nonsense. It's just a brick. You throw it at someone, you hit them. Nothing can stop a brick. Bears are also in the same category.
Oh, that explains why you're so afraid of bears.
I hear the bricks are weak against other bricks, though.
Gregor,
Obviously, Marcus, obviously.
Gregor gazes off, designs for a new glaive dancing in his head.
As I was saying, Ashe's bindings are of a different nature. If they were set up to bind some sort of spirit folk to give her their strength, it would be different. The Ashe that you'd know would probably have some sort of bullshit snide second personality, which on consideration would actually be kind of fun, that would crop up and increase her powers in whatever way. Ashe herself isn't bound to a spirit folk. Instead, she's bound to some sort of a larger concept, like, you know how Jin's shtick was reincarnation?
Sure.
Instead of being bound to Jin, who is bound to reincarnation, Ashe is bound to the shtick itself. To put it simply, she's actually sort of a peer to Jin. Is this making sense? She herself has a domain.
Despite not being a proper spirit folk.
Exactly. Well,
What's the domain of your shtick?
I've been running a hand along the bindings as Ian talks. I don't know. I think it's safe to just say it's the domain of Ashe.
That sounds like a cop-out.
bullshit.
Plenty good to me. I think that's enough for me for now, but maybe we can figure out what your domain is one of these days.
Oh, that's serious bullshit.
We can help you.
Well-
we can find out what you're good at. It's like finding what your knack is. You know? I'm good at killing monsters and lifting things.
Yeah, you're super good at. Have you ever Have you ever tried to lift a monster?
I've thrown a few.
So yes.
Usually there's something more important that comes after the lifting. We're getting a little off topic.
I feel like I should stop you here. This is getting sadder
Sorry,
by the second.
My own talk, and I got it off topic. Anyway, no, Inian, that actually helps provide a lot of clarity to my situation. I've always been sort of thinking about it as like being similar to the seasons themselves, or just like the trees, or just stuff that it. I stopped speaking and glare at Inian.
You're making it more confusing.
Oh my god, it was so romantic at the start. The seasons themselves, then. I'm like a tree.
Well, I do like wood.
Oh, come on. She didn't
Wait.
say any of it like that.
What about rocks?
Lady leans over and stares at Ash.
Rocks are pretty cool, I guess. I'd be cool with having some rocks.
Okay, so she's not a spirit then.
Sure.
I'm getting really mixed signals.
So, So there's that whole concept thing that's bound to me, and long story
Just
short...
call it what it is. It's a domain.
Fine, okay, so I have this domain. This domain that just is. I let out a breath and tap on the crooked ears of the carved wolf. So, what it lets me do is, as far as I understand, I've kind of been keeping a list. It's not really consistent. It's always messy, too. That list for a while just kind of kept getting bigger. I think I've found where the list stops. So, Gregor, your suggestion to help me figure out what my domain is, that would be very helpful.
You've plateaued.
Yeah. What's a plateau?
It's like a hill with a flatbed on the top.
Right. Okay, right. I just didn't know the word.
It sounds like it wasn't so much growth as discovery. And now that you have to grow, you're in a bit of a bind.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
I wonder where I've heard that before. Inian stares daggers at Marcus.
Marcus turns around very slowly. Got something to say?
No, I'm just saying that when you were still growing, it wasn't very pretty, Marcus.
I raise an eyebrow at Marcus.
I take active offense to that, Inian.
Small confused fat man, Marcus.
What's wrong with small confused fat man?
Wait, that was
I
you?
don't. Oh yeah.
Holy shit!
Yeah, no, Ash, so don't feel bad about yourself. Marcus's was far messier.
Oh, I didn't feel bad about myself.
He's
all have an
small,
awkward
confused, and
phase.
fat. That's not that messy. That's
Okay.
like 3 messy things.
Man, I hope that guy's all right.
Oh, don't worry, I built him a house.
Really?
Yeah,
That was kind of
it's
you.
It's a pretty
he-
good house. Yeah.
Is it a small house?
Kieran's small in the same sentence. Fucking
All right,
Ash.
yeah, that's fair. Anyway, so yeah, and I figure, how familiar are all of you with Meath, the place that I'm from?
Not particularly.
I know you don't like it.
Tangentially, intimately.
I stare at Inian in shock. Really?
Yeah.
Indian is very worldly.
Yeah,
but
I am. Thank you for
Meath
noticing.
Generally doesn't consider itself part of the world. So even if you're worldly, I mean,
I don't think
chances
it
of you knowing
matters
about
what
that
it
are slim.
considers itself.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that there was somebody more proficient in backwater hexing rituals out there than I am. I didn't know that there was an expert out there who knew more about all these shitty places that perfect magic out in the boonies. Please, Ash, go on. Tell me how little I know about the place.
Well, fucking fine, I will. And I'm gonna show you why I still have 0.5 ranks more than you.
Well, technically, the
No,
conga line has been
conga line
disbanded.
has not been dissolved.
Okay. Okay.
Just leave me
Well, I
this.
said disbanded.
Give me this, okay? It's the
Fine.
one,
Okay,
the one
fine.
thing,
Hold on to your ranks.
one thing I have.
I'm holding on to my title of Conga Line High Commander then.
Fine.
Do I have the ability to promote and demote as champion?
Yes.
I glance
Use
nervously
it,
at Gregor.
use it wisely.
That's an awful lot of power, Gregor.
Do I have the power to hire people?
Sure.
What about fire them?
Thog just puts his hand up as
Thog,
Marcus
it'll be
cuts
fine.
him off.
It'll be fine, Thog.
I'm a trusted champion, don't worry.
He knows what he's doing.
Anyway.
Judgment as solid as iron.
Time for me to make Inian eat her words.
Go on.
So, I didn't start out like this. I didn't start out white hair and yellow glowing eyes and tattoos and bindings and stuff. I was a kid, surprisingly, for a bit. But then I inherited this weight, this domain. And then my hair
How
went
do you
white.
inherit something like that?
There isn't really a specific way, but I got it from my mother. She held this weight before me.
And she passed it on to you at birth?
No. She died giving birth to me, unfortunately. I never met her.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. It happened a long time ago.
Something's familiar about that. Kier scratches his chin.
Well, my dad was alive, and he trained me to kill people.
Marcus, there is a very specific way to do it. It's achieved through a hexing ritual.
Idiot! Shut the fuck off! As I was saying, I inherited this, and then I was trained as the guardian for Meath. I was to stop people from stepping onto the island. Meath wants to be forgotten by everybody.
So you were just guarding it from normal people?
Everything.
It seems like a wall could have done that better. Why did they have to give you that
Because
weight?
A
Shtick.
wall can be seen. From the waters, Meath looks uninhabited.
But you can't be seen.
That actually makes a whole lot of sense. We as the Onorhant didn't do very much business with Meath because of, some sort of beast hangs out on Forgotten Islands out there, protecting it from ships that come by.
Ash, were you like
So
a
that was
legendary baby
you.
beast?
No, I smile and tip the wolf figure upside down. No, that was probably my mom or the guardians who came before her.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Ash, before we get any further, don't look into the name of those legends. I think you'll be pretty disappointed.
Now I have to.
No, you don't want to!
I make a note in my journal to look up those legends later.
Oh my god.
But-
no, Ash, this is for your sake, please.
Anyway, Thog, the reason Meath wants to be forgotten. We're all descended from pirates.
Ash, please, Meath's history is pretty hyped up, but you're probably not descended from a pirate as much as me or Gregor is descended from a rock farmer. Gregor, really? Ash, please go on.
Right. As I was saying, a long, long, long time ago, the ancestors of the Meathians, the pirates, they had a fleet. They had an entire armada of ships that they'd just sail around on, living on, looting, pillaging, etc., etc. But the story goes that they found something out there in the waters. That they found something at the edges of the world that was horrifying. Something that drove them mad. And they sailed for as long as they could until all of their supplies ran out, and they ran ashore on Meath, and then set about being forgotten by the world, in the hopes that what they found out there would forget about them too.
That sounds like just a legend.
Well, legend or not, the Guardian is part of it. The Guardian is supposed to help Meath be forgotten.
Does it work?
It was working for a while, I think,
Until you left.
until I left.
They must be mad.
Yeah,
Are they after you?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. Meathians aren't keen on leaving their waters. Even if they wanted to come after me, I doubt they'd know where to start looking.
Yeah, Onorhant just opened trade up recently, and suddenly that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, considering it, I was your boss. I worked for the company that had some dealings with Meath. I don't think they're expressly after you right now, but that might have changed in the meantime.
Either way, I'm not particularly worried.
As though they'd stand a chance against us.
I was gonna say,
yeah.
I found myself a pretty
Last I
good...
checked, they were trying to build a Meadshire there. Thought kind of mumbles to himself.
We know a
I
little
don't
something
hear
about
it.
taking down countries.
I laugh at Gregor's comment. Yeah, I found myself a pretty good family here.
Well, if the Meathians are hiding from some big, unknowable madness god, how does the Guardian even factor into that?
I've got to be perfectly honest. I'm not super clear on it. Median history is mostly like told ear to ear, orally. From what I can tell, they gave something up to imprison this. I wave my hand in the air. This domain. They gave up something of immense value to hopefully combat what they found, or at least to help them hide from it.
But you don't know what.
Okay, so to go over points A through C, you got this power. Thug puts up a thumb. You don't know what the power is. You don't know where it came from. You don't know what it's to fight.
I count on my fingers. A, B, C. That's more. That's too many.
I'm struggling with this a bit. Can you try to clarify it for the simple folk who don't understand all this magic mumbo jumbo?
Thog, it's not magic.
Gregor, you are the last person I want to hear that from.
Okay, so Thog, for you, here is as best I can sum it up. I have my own domain. The domain is the product of the Median's fear of something.
Oh, Ash, by the way, do you know where they found what they put inside of you?
I kind of shrug. As I remember, the story goes like they plucked it out of the world. Like they just took it. Like there's a lot of... In the story, there's a lot of talk about how it was just part of things. Or like it came from something. Not that they like... It wasn't like a sword in a stone. It was just sort of like they bottled up something that was always there.
Why would there be a sword in a stone?
Yeah, and that sounds like most stuff. Probably an angry mage.
And Ian nods knowingly.
I shrug again. Does that make sense?
Which part?
Yeah, it makes about as much sense as it...
Yeah, so
just...
the Medians were scared, so they found a thing.
And
they bound that thing to your mother.
Right, and they were scared because they found a thing, too.
Yeah, so they found a thing, and to combat that, they found a
with
thing.
The thing. Yeah.
And you have no idea what either of them are, so they're just things.
Right. Yes.
Okay.
It's more than we knew initially.
Yes. I point at Marcus with the wolf carving. Yes.
I feel like that's a good subtitle for this entire journey. Well, it's more than we knew initially. Thug sits down on the rock next to you. Ash, I'm glad you came out with all this stuff. Now we're all on the same page of being equally confused.
Yeah.
And your confusion makes a whole lot more sense.
Yeah, see, like, I'm sorry it took me this long to tell you, but, I mean, I had less than this when I started.
Honestly, I thought it was some sort of dark brain-melting secret or something, but it turns out the Methians are just really bad at keeping their facts straight.
Yeah, I'll leave the brain-melting secrets to Marcus.
I mean, like, this is just, it's too real for me. Thug says, lighting up a cigarette.
Really?
Yeah.
It's too nebulous for me.
Well, no, it's some big fucking legendary destiny thing, and everything is messed up because of vague wording. This is why you hire a fucking attorney.
No,
Yeah,
Thog,
apparently-
she ran away from the whole legendary destiny thing. This is just a thing now.
This is like a legendary destiny hangover. I can respect that.
Yeah.
He nods to Ash.
Also,
And
apparently
I'm
the
sorry.
Medians... Oh, well, thank you, Thog. I mean, I appreciate it, but I've more or less... No, I mean, Onorhant was really cathartic, though, so I'm more
What
or less...
country did you go to?
Well, now it's cathartic.
Okay, yeah,
In-
that's true. In the grander spectrum of history, it is cathartic, sure.
Yeah, like, come on, fuck off. Do you really have to be, like, every turn? Like, no,
Yeah.
I should...
I mean, he has been kind of helpful.
Why don't you tell everyone about the drawbacks of your magic, Ash?
Oh, right.
An unhelpful Indian's going to sit back in the corner again.
Good. Unhelpful Indian belongs in the corner.
There are drawbacks?
Yeah, there are drawbacks. I'm mostly at terms with it now, but whenever I use my powers, I'm grappling with that big thing, that domain, that sheer enormous existence. And it's difficult to stay me whenever I do. It's like I every time I'm channeling it or every time I tap into it, I I forget a part of myself because I'm trying to remember myself in the face of something infinite.
Sounds kind of terrifying.
So,
I
do you
had no
turn
idea.
into, if you forget yourself, do you just disappear?
I don't know. That's what scared me for a while. And, well, I mean, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't still a little scared of it. But while I was in Onorhant, through Jin, through Zeke, through Horavan, and just everybody I met, I think I don't have a solution, but I was reassured that what I forget isn't permanently lost. Or if I do forget something, I can always fill that hole with something new. Jin called it struggling, and I don't really like that word. It's so bleak. But the gist of it is if I keep doing what I've been doing, if I keep living with everybody and going on adventures with you guys, that it'll be scary and it'll hurt sometimes, but I mean, if I'm with everybody, it'll be fine.
It sounds like healing. Like, you get a piece cut out of you, but you just fill it with scar tissue. Only we're the scar tissue, which is a lot better.
Don't all that. That's super disgusting.
It's kind of cute.
It's
I
natural.
laugh at that. That's very appropriate, Gregor. You guys are like my scar tissue.
Holy shit.
Well, Ash, I'll be sure only to request healing if I really need it from here on out. I had no idea that there was a toll like that.
There's a toll, but don't worry, Marcus. I'm sure that I'll heal you plenty of times without you having to request it.
I'm glad you made that clear. I mean, it could be worse. You could be using I-beams that cause permanent retinal damage that will never heal.
That'd be weird.
Oh, that would be really weird.
Well, yeah. Once again, this doesn't make sense to me and with my layman's terms, but I think I understand the gist of it. I got an itemized list. I think I can tackle it. Ash, I'm glad you came clean on it. Marcus?
Yep.
Anian? Yes? I want to talk to you guys later. He kind of stands up. I think it's gone on long enough that I don't know a fucking thing about magic. Frankly, I've been pretending it didn't exist.
Oh, you want to get
today.
tutored?
Yeah, I want to know how to fight it specifically.
Okay, I call Alpha Tutor.
Marcus,
Bricks.
you can...
Even I know that.
Marcus, even if you're the alpha tutor, you know I'm going to be playing bad tutor. You're going to be the good tutor no matter what.
You know what? I'm fine if you play bad tutor this time around.
Oh, wow, that's sweet. Look at all this progress we've made.
I'll be the bad guy later.
Yeah, no, like, I've been pretending for a long time that magic frankly didn't exist because I hate it, and I think it's arbitrary, stupid, and it grants people who frankly don't deserve power absurd amounts of power. Yeah, actually,
I'm just shocked right now.
I
feel personally attacked.
Inian puts up a hand. I sort of agree with that sentiment, actually. Good one, Dan.
Remember all
Fuck
the
you.
Leggins Eye stuff? We've been over this.
Yeah. Just don't blow up a tower in the tutoring process. Like we've got.
That's not the
Look,
message
fuck
I
that,
was
cut it.
referring to, but
I don't have an ounce of magic talent in my body. I'm a complete fucking mundane guy, but I want to learn how to deal with this shit.
Gregor puts his hand up for a high five.
Thog immediately gives him a high five. Actually, Inian hops to her feet. That actually gives you an advantage.
Huh?
Gregor puts his hand up for another high five.
Thog gives Gregor another high five. Kind of tips his head to the side like, what? Remember earlier how I was saying bricks are particularly effective against magic?
And bears.
And bears, yes. Completely normal humans, those that keep themselves grounded in the normal world, 100% do have a certain advantage as well. Simply put, your body made of muscles and sinew repels magical attacks more naturally, I suppose. This world has a predilection for rejecting the supernatural, so long as you don't futz with it like Marcus or I have, or Ash's unique case.
I shrug as she says that.
You'll have a sort of natural resistance. Hitting me or Marcus with a fireball, no, will combust immediately.
I get it. Because nature and the world hates spirit folk and magic, I can use the powers of a rock to
Yes.
hit a mage.
Yes, Gregor, the world hates fun. Put that brick down. Okay, yeah. Gregor, would you be down to train with me too? I want to be able to recognize spells and how to counter them.
I mean,
Absolutely.
you got that gun.
Gun seems nice, but it jams and takes an awfully long time to reload.
Thug,
Oh, I can fix
you
that.
should keep
Kier jumps to
another
his
one.
feet.
Yeah, second gun.
2 guns? Come on, guys. What are you talking about? I can cram at least the power of, Kier counts on his fingers, 13 and a half guns into 1 gun.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's the Kier guarantee.
Does that come on everything you create?
Yes! Kier says, holding up the gun. Okay, he just, I thought we were
Oh,
supposed to keep this
it's-
shit away from him.
No, I think Kier's done a lot of growing in Onorhant. He can have a gun now.
Ash, that might be the most fucked up thing I've ever heard you say.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
good stuff, Ash. Thanks for telling us.
Yeah,
I'm glad
Thank
to
you for
be
sharing, Ash.
completely in the dark with you.
well, I appreciate
And
it. At least
maybe we can figure out more stuff about what's going on with you together.
that'd be great. I'd really like that.
We'll figure out your shtick.
My shtick, yeah.
Finding out your shtick is important.
So yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna hang out here for a little bit, if you don't mind, and then I'll be by to help at the bar once things get hopping.
Oh god, we have actual customers now. I fucking forgot.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I was about to say, like, it's fucking 9 shrines. You could put a cardboard cutout of, like, any of us behind the counter. Have equal results, but no, yeah, we should probably actually get back. There seem to be a lot of thirsty people
Oh,
there.
watch out for the blue pig bat now. There's another one.
No.
What?
Nope, yeah, nope.
That doesn't sound right. That
No,
sounds
that's...
fake.
Pig bats are pink.
You'll find out eventually.
Thog trudges back towards the bar. Ash, once again, extremely glad you came clean. Various inaccuracies aside, I believe this will help everyone, including yourself.
Thank you, Inian. And I just want to thank you for, I don't know, being you. You've helped me a lot.
You know, I expected a hint of sarcasm in that. Something like,
I'm-
oh, you being you.
No, I'm completely sincere, Inian. You've been there for a lot of the bigger stepping stones in me coming to understand this.
Yeah, I guess it was either A, awfully convenient that I showed up exactly in the middle of you having a crisis, or B, your crises are so long running that I could show up arbitrarily and solve them.
Or you've caused every single one of my crises. I raise my eyebrows at Inian.
And on that,